Ragazzi, siamo ancora su Dragon Age. Allora, siamo usciti da Lord Armon. Dunque, prima di andare giù alle prove, per esplorare tutta la zona qui, vediamo cosa c'è ancora. Queste pietre.
This has dragged on too long. It's an insult to King Endrin's memory.
Per adesso non comunica. Però essendo giallo deve essere un personaggio importante.
I hope you'll support Lord Harrowmont.
Sicuramente.
Orzammar welcomes the Grey Wardens.
Legion of the Dead Warriors secretly wear Prince Balin's colors. Our prince has Orzammar's deadliest warriors behind him. I just get paid to speak the truth. If you have an issue, speak to my employer.
Good day, Grey Warden.
For such a short
Good
people,
day.
they do rather like their buildings tall.
Perle di Morrigan. Palazzo Reale, aspettiamo. Devo andare prima al modellatore dove adesso qua in fondo.
Old King Endrin would weep to see Orzammar in such a state.
We simply must reopen the gates. I cannot live without my fresh plum jam from the surface.
Sala del concilio, nemmeno.
That's a lot of
So
lava.
cold up on the surface.
I guess they
How
just
do you
hope it
stand
never
it?
erupts.
Sala del concilio. Modellatore, eccolo qua. Che abbiamo diverse missioni.
Thief! Who would dare take from the memories? Warden, I'm outraged. A thief in the Shapered. What have we been reduced to? I did. He was bald, with the most garish brand across his head. Almost like he took pride in being castless. Imagine! He's probably in the slums somewhere. As if he'd find a buyer for a stolen tome in Dust Town. They couldn't know the value.
Ladri nella casa del sapere.
Disgusting. Someone stole from the Shapered. The memories have never seen... Yes.
I'm quite busy. Please do not disturb me.
Andare di là, c'è una piccola missione. Libro. La regione d'acciaio.
Oh, pardon me. Were you looking for a particular volume? Not that I could really help. I don't know the libraries very well. I'm just doing some research.
Sono importanti.
Not exactly, but... I'm looking for any birth records from the old Orton Tig. It fell in the last blight, and my mother's family claims to be related. If I'm an Orton, it means I'm noble. I'd have my own house, a seat in the assembly. Unfortunately, any records would be buried in the Tig's ruins, somewhere in the deep roads. You're from the surface. What do you know about fighting Darkspawn? There aren't even any expeditions planned until they settle this election. Otherwise, you need special permission from the Assembly, or some great lord. I hear Prince Balin and Lord Harrowmont have both been sending out small teams these days. Yes, if you can find the Tig in any records, that could do it. That could prove I'm a noble. If you could. Maybe now that you're looking. It's almost too much to hope.
Va bene, va bene. Quindi è Lord Harrowmont che mi può dare l'autorizzazione per andare giù.
When I last walked this hall, Endrin was king and Orzammar was at peace. The memories often speak of the swiftness with which change overtakes us. But it is different to see it firsthand. I apologize, Warden. I should not burden a stranger with such thoughts. I am Zebor, the Shaper of Memories. The Grey Warden's visit has been recorded in the memories, along with all who accompany you.
Sì, avere il permesso.
That is an odd request. especially for one so new to our city. I thought so. This is not the first time he's made this plea. My answer to Brother Burkle hasn't changed. So I ask you the same. On what basis would you have me insult the ancestors and overturn 2,000 years of tradition?
Astuzia, non so, proviamo persuasione.
He seems a charitable man, but that is a thin thread on which to tie Orzamar's traditions. Very well, he may hold a prayer meeting as he requested, if not build a new temple to his god. At least the words would come from one of our own. Now, is there anything more? We were a great empire once, outnumbering even humans and elves. We traded with your Tevinter Imperium, and our land stretched as far in the deep roads as theirs did above. Kal Sharok was capital then, but we lost too many battles. We lost our golems, and we lost our territory. Now the Empire is simply ruined tunnels filled with darkspawn. The Paragon Caridon, a smith of unsurpassed genius, invented the golems. For years they were our weapon against the darkspawn. One golem is worth a dozen dwarves in battle, but Caridon's Tig is far into the deep roads. When it fell, we lost his secret to creating golems. There are books about it along these walls if you would read more. At the other side of the old empire, during the last blight, the kings of Orzammar knew they couldn't hold everything. They sealed the deep roads, abandoning everyone still trapped in far-flung settlements. It was the only way to survive. Kal Sharok is the only other city to outlast the blight. We only rediscovered them recently, and they still haven't forgiven us.
Ah, quindi sono nani anche di là.
I will settle your mind if I can, Warden. All dwarves who die return to the stone as ancestors, to guide their families forever. But only one every few generations rises to Paragon. A Paragon is a dwarf whose accomplishments change Orzammar so much that the Assembly recognizes they've been born blessed. They are venerated as living ancestors and found a new noble house forever bearing their name. Branka is a Paragon, now and into death. She was born a smith, but her inventions caught the Assembly's eye. Before she had seen 20 years, she created a smokeless coal. It could burn in a cave without vents and no one would choke from it. It earned her Paragon status. She went into the deep roads 2 years ago seeking out secrets of the ancient smiths. She never returned. According to our legends, 7 brothers founded our empire. The youngest, Bloadlik, was the wisest and was chosen king. His children formed the noble caste. The eldest, Giachet, trained his sons to defend their king. They became the warrior caste. Shatgyar founded the artisans. Orzatyar forged our first swords. It was Orzammar who dug the mines that became our city's foundations. The twins Koapar and Noct both founded trading houses, but Noct was wounded in battle. On his recovery, he swore to serve his brother's sons.
Vabbè.
Your presence here has been recorded in the memories. I wish I knew what significance it has.
Bene, quindi alla fine ha accettato. Di profondo. Tutti i libri in giro. Un po' di esperienza.
And I'm off.
villaggio che non ho ancora salvato. Il modellatore. In baule ci sarà anche qui l'Eliana. Torneremo. Liberi non ce ne sono più. Torniamo giù.
Yes.
Dobbiamo beccare il ladro. Andrò la notizia al prete.
Raise your voice in favor of Lord Balin.
All'arena.
Grey Warden arrives in Orzammar, undoubtedly to offer assistance to Lord Harrowmont.
Be 2 years tomorrow. By all the holy sodding ancestors, how can you people just ignore that?
Branka didn't go alone, Ogren. She took the whole house, everybody but you. So just get over to Tapster's and drown yourself already. You know as well as I do, that's how this always ends.
You think I'm afraid of some cub warrior who's barely off the teach? Ha! I'll...
You lift a weapon or attack a single citizen in Orzammar, and you're stripped of your caste and exiled. Even you can't have forgotten that. Get out of here before I call a guardsman. Can you believe it? Ogren's barely even warrior caste anymore, and he just clomps in here like he's entitled.
Ogren's a drunken wretch. He comes up here 2-3 times a week, hounding people to lead some suicidal rescue mission after Branka. Gets quite violent about it. I'd be scared if they hadn't practically gelded him after he killed young Lord Mino. All Mino's son said was how unlikely it was that a bunch of Smiths would return safely from the deep roads. Which is true. Ancestors preserve us. That's what the warrior caste is for. But Ogren claimed it was an insult to a paragon. Next thing, they're in a duel to first blood to defend Branka's honor. Then Ogren starts screaming and runs him through. It was a huge scandal. Ogren should have been executed, but he'd won honors in the deep roads. Instead, they stripped him of all weapons and forbid him from engaging in fights within city limits. If he breaks the decree, he'll be exiled. She's still his wife, isn't she? Even if she took their entire house into the deep roads and abandoned him. Well, before she was a paragon, she was just a smith. And Ogren was one of the best warriors of his generation. Chasing some old treasure, she was quite secretive. Outright rude, really. She said she never asked to found a house, that she didn't care about politics, and that we were too self-absorbed to defeat the Darkspawn. She actually threatened anyone who said they'd come after her. She invented a smokeless fuel that let the Smith caste increase their output by nearly 1/3. Deaths from the Black Lung also dropped. The Assembly said she had the favor of the ancestors and declared her a paragon. They moved Bronca, Ogren, and all their relatives to the noble caste and founded a new house in her name. It's been 2 years since Bronca left. No one has ever stayed in the deep roads that long and survived. The search teams who went out found nothing, but Ogren wants to keep risking lives searching. If you see any guardsmen, tell them Ogren was at it again.
Magari poi ci parliamo con Ogre.
And I'm off.
Allora. Di lì sono per le vie profonde. Devo andare a beccare il prete, devo che...
So,
Andraste teaches that patience is the child of wisdom, but I'm eager to hear if you've seen the Shaper. Oh, praise the Maker! You truly walk in the light, friend. I already found a convert among the merchants who offered his shop as a temporary chantry. It's just by the tapsters. Please, come to our first service.
E beccare sto ladro, va. Qua sa qualcosa.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Sa che sta laggando. Eccolo qua. No.
Yes. As you wish.
Eccolo qua il tipo.
What do you want, Warden? You're out of your element down here. Is that so? What makes you think anyone here would turn me, this person in? You've walked into a sodding fight, Warden, and I've already passed your stupid tome along. Too bad for you.
La vuoi giocare così, veramente.
Misery. Yes.
Qualcuno all'arena delle prove, cerchiamo di andare. Approfitto. Andare ad iscrivermi.
Don't you ever talk? You know, make polite conversation, just to put people at ease?
You mean that I should remark upon the...
Watch for Piotr Naidukin. He's won the squad combat 4 years running. He has 11 decapitations so far. He needs just 3 more for the one-season record. Front row seats at every grand proving since my father took me on his shoulders. Name's Varric. I got a controlling interest in a mine off the old Roostin' Tig. But my backers know not to hand me a pick any day there's blood on the stone, if you know what I mean. They change from round to round. Sometimes it's bare hands, sometimes weapons, sometimes pairs or squads. It's announced when the fight begins. That's about all the warning anyone gets. Me? Are you out of your mind? I'm a miner, not a warrior. Sure. Like King Endrin was just a noble. A proving is a sacred art. Any dispute brought to the proving ground is settled by the ancestors' decision, and no one can protest it. I'm telling you, Piotin will take the prize. You can put gold on it.
Look, I already told the Proving Master I withdrew. Do you have to keep harassing me? Why, I'm Basil Harrimont, but you know that. Why else would you... if you weren't looking for me, do me a favor and pretend I never said anything. So I take it you weren't sent here to find out if I withdrew from the Proving. In that case, never mind. Look, it's just, when I was younger, I had a thing with this Idukan girl, Revelka. Lesser cousin, nowhere near the throne. Her family wanted her marrying up, so they matched her with a BMO. But we didn't exactly stop seeing each other. Balin's fighter, Miaja, showed me love letters they have, from Revelka to me. If I fight, they'll expose us. You'd do that? I don't know how to thank you. I know it's my own fault, but I'd have married her if I could. Balin's fighter, Miaja, has the letters. If you make sure she never shows them to anyone, I'll fight for Harrimont again. But you need to find them quickly. Registrations close once the first bout starts.
Quindi. Chissà dove sono. No, questo è il maestro. Adesso si apre.
Going.
Le prove. Parecchio inchiodato, speriamo bene. Eccola qua.
This area is off limits. Combatants only. Is that an accusation? It's illegal to threaten proving fighters outside the ring.
Not helping them keep their dirty secrets, though. That's another story.
You haven't been here long. You'll learn soon enough. Nothing in Orzammar is private.
As long as someone can find out.
Come on, Luke John. We have a fight to prepare for.
Quindi non ho ottenuto niente.
You are quickly overstepping your welcome.
Forse era in qualche baule. Vediamo cosa succede.
You are quickly overstepping your welcome.
Infatti.
Yes.
Però sarà chiuso. Questo chi è?
Guards, remove this intruder.
nell'altra stanza.
Go away. I don't talk to admirers until after the fight.
And I'm off.
Nascondiglio diplomatico accessibile al rappresentante del concilio. E ho l'impressione di dover tornare indietro con l'Eliana. Proviamo così, va. No, dentro c'è l'altro. Ladri in una casa del sapere. Ma qua c'è uno scontro sicuro. Diretto così. Sta laggando il gioco, mi dà fastidio.
This deal was all their making, Warden. Technically, I haven't done anything wrong. We have no business. Unless you want to make a few coins. Not that I'm suggesting anything. But you're holding the prize now. Yes, well, I'll keep my nose clean until you're long gone. How about that? I'm just a businessman. I merely exploit opportunities. I won't get in your way.
Ah, lo restituiamo, dai. Facciamo un merdaiolo.
Do not disturb me. I must meditate before my fight.
You looking at something?
Get out of here!
Cazzano tutti,
Don't take it personally. Hana-shan's a member of the Silent Sisters. She doesn't talk to anyone. They're an order of female warriors, founded by Astith the Grey, a woman of the warrior caste who first fought for women's right to be soldiers. When no one listened to her words, Astith cut out her tongue and dedicated herself to training until she won a grand proving bare-handed. The women who joined her order cut out their tongues in her honor. The Silent Sisters support the sitting king. They are loyal servants to the Idukans. Then you have lost. Even in the ring, every man and woman brings an army if people support them. But she who fights without cause is only training.
No, io ce l'ho a causa. Eccolo qua l'altro.
You new in the fights? I don't remember seeing you before. It's a pleasure. Sorry it can't be longer. Name's Guidon, and I just tendered my resignation. Somehow I don't think the ancestors will favor me today. I bet he did. That man thinks nothing is beneath him. Well, you could just tell him I had my reasons. It's not so much what happened, as what's going to. I heard from a reliable source Lord Harriman's already given up the throne. Balin called this whole proving to let his lordship save face when he concedes. Oh? And where did you hear this that's more reliable than a member of the Assembly? I suppose there's nothing his lordship would do without consulting Doolan. He's always been his top man. Maybe you're right. I'm just a warrior. I've always tried to stay out of these noble politics. If I find out this whole thing was some flunky of Balin's lying to me for his own gain, Maybe I will at that.
Bravo. Allora, vediamo una carta di qua.
Fine to see you here, Warden. A number of people have told me they hope to see you in the provings. It's a rare opportunity to fight against someone so exotically trained. In fact, a few were hoping you'd take part in some informal action. Assembly restricted, not illegal. All that ritual lets nobles rationalize it's not a blood sport. They don't like commoners using the arena for petty squabbles. Some of us prefer an honest spectacle. And sometimes someone needs a good beating, and all that talking gets in the way. Say the word and I'll line up a team from one of the younger houses. They don't often get a chance to test themselves in the provings. They're a hungry bunch who employ unusual tactics. Understand that there's no concern for fairness here. Your battles will be hard won. The younger houses are interested in unorthodox tactics. Many hire mercenaries to augment traditional strengths. Anything goes is a fair description. We give small payouts, maybe a bonus from time to time, but this isn't about money. It's about skill and the chance to show it.
Va bene.
We've got some young fighters ready to go. This will be difficult, I assure you.
Ah, già così. Allora, non mago del sangue. Devo andare subito a beccare, altrimenti... Forte sto tizio, cazzo, mi è rimasto solo Alistair.
Where do I go?
Li ho presi un po' sotto gamba. Qui come si dice glentumpe. Ai ai ai. Non male.
Take that!
Here.
Giù non ci va. Forza Alistair. bruttissimo, cazzo.
Good job, Warden. You've earned a portion of the receipts. Let me know if you want to go again. I'll be here.
Per 12 non ne valga tanto la pena. Allora, qui dunque dovrei aver visto quasi tutto. Non si può andare. Devo ritornare con Leliana comunque per scardinare quel baule là, sono sempre fregato. Questo qui.
The proving's almost starting. I should leave if you haven't found anything. If you want me to register, you'll have to hurry. The lists close after the first bout.
Allora, prima allora iscriviamoci, anche se vabbè, non credo che... Cioè ci serve adesso imparare per il tempo, però... Dov'è che è? Tifoso, era qua.
And I'm off.
Esco un attimo, vado a prendere le liane.
You seem so deep in thought, my dear Sten. Thinking of me, perhaps? The two of us together at last?
Yes.
Stan sempre punzecchiato.
So I take it you did not enjoy your Templar training?
That's directed at me, I take it.
Do you see any others about who have failed at their religious instruction?
Sta laggando di brutto, cazzo. Non so, è una merda. Non c'è un'uscita diretta qui? No.
I heard about all those mages in Lake Callanheim.
Adesso raga salvo lì, così almeno chiudo l'oil e lo riapro perché è veramente una merda. Giretto al campo. Roba da vendere non dovrei averla. Così me lo mi curo anche perché sia Leliana che sta in una ferita a testa. Allora. Se lei c'ha qualcosina forse da vendere. Un maglio.
You and your friends are formidable folk, indeed. I'm sure you'll be...
Abbiamo già il granato, avevo deciso di tenerlo. Il granato mi serve per una missione, se non sbaglio. Ragazzi, vi saluto qui, poi riparto. Ciao a tutti, ci vediamo al prossimo video.